Okay. It's crypto faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. Back at it again from an undisclosed island resort location. As usual, dropping the best knowledge in crypto, the most simplistic analysis of the market, the most simplistic tools to make money in this market on a daily basis. Well, actually, not really. I'm gonna start uploading on a daily basis, guys. Just bear with me. I'm a busy man. But yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm opening up my portfolio with you guys, sharing the gems that I have in my portfolio, the ones that I think are going to make the most gains in this next bull market. Okay, I've already given you Zen, the 1000x 5-star crypto that is Zen. Okay, I've already given you G Swift, Game Swift, which already did a double. Okay, went from 7 to 14 cents since I called it. I'm giving you the hot narratives like gaming. Okay, and today I actually want to give you guys my next pick. It is something that isn't a special narrative. Okay, and it is PLS, Pulsechain. All right, Pulsechain. If you don't know, now you know. Okay, Pulsechain is a special layer one. Okay, so let's get into the narrative. All right, what is the narrative? I talked about this a lot in my videos. You need to have a narrative in order to be successful in crypto. You need to buy within a narrative. Okay. Now, in my last video, G Swift and all that, I talk about the gaming narrative. Right, gaming narrative is a hot new narrative that's going to be successful, in my opinion, in this bull run. But you don't always have to go after the hot narrative. You don't always have to go after that new narrative that everybody's going to be jumping on. A good idea is actually going with something that's tried and true and tested. Okay, and that is the layer one narrative. All right, layer ones, very tried and true. Every single bull run, you're gonna make gains with layer ones. Okay, think about Cardano, think about Solana, think about Polkadot, think about Algorand, think about Tezos, think about, I mean, just any layer one you can think about. They always make gains. They always do good. You have to think about the psychology of a market and the psychology of the human mind. People see something that has been successful in the past, so they want to repeat that success. Like, all right, that did good before. It probably will do good again. People jump on things that did well in the past. So layer one is always going to be a hot narrative for every single bull market. So you want to get a nice layer one. I mean, think about the gains you can get from a layer one. Let's talk about um, Cardano, for example. Cardano did like about like 150x, 160x from the bottom of the last bear market to the top of the last bull market. 150x or more. Solana, talk about Solana, bro. Last bull market, I think Solana did like a 500x. It's either 500 or 600x, right? These are the type of gains that you can get with these layer ones. Okay, 50x minimum when it comes to these layer ones. To be honest, okay, go look at any layer one. It's like I think a minimum of like 50, 40, 50x for all of these layer ones. All right. So the layer one narrative is one that is tried and true. It's always been successful. It's always been something that people look towards in every single bull market. So why do something different? Never do something different, guys. I always tell you guys this. The whole thing, this time is going to be different. No, it's never different. It's always the same. Okay, it's never a good strategy to believe this time is going to be different. Okay, layer ones have been successful in the past, and they most likely will be successful in the future. Okay, so keep that in mind. Layer one narrative is a great narrative, and you need to have, or you don't. I'm not telling you what you need to have. Okay, I'm just telling you what's in my portfolio, what I'm doing. Okay, I'm dropping gems, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay. Um, Also, you want to have a new layer one. You don't want to just have one of the older layer ones. Okay. I'm mentioning Cardano, for example. I'm mentioning Solana, for example, and the others, but I'm using it as an example. These are not the ones that I'm gonna buy. You know what I mean? Um, because you want to make the most gains. And I talked about this in my previous videos. The new coins are the ones that make the most gains in the market. Okay, it's always the new coins. All right, the new coins don't have any bag holders, you want to call them, people that bought in the last bull market, and they really want to sell. As soon as the price goes up, they really want to sell because they've been down, they've been in the red for the past 2 years. They're looking to sell immediately. As soon as the price goes up a little bit, they're looking to sell. So you have this huge sell pressure, which holds the coin down. Doesn't mean that those coins won't make gains. They will, but they won't make the same gains that they made in the last bull market. So, like I said, for example, Solana went up 500x in the last bull market. It's not going to do another 500x, guys. I highly doubt it. I'm actually pretty sure that it will not do another 500x. Okay, it's going to be significantly lower than that this bull market. Okay, but I mean, it's all about your risk, your tolerance, what you're willing to risk. It doesn't mean that okay, there's no reason to have a higher market cap layer one like Sol or Cardano. I mean, you're still gonna get a 10, 20x out of these coins. I'm pretty sure of that. And that actually might make sense depending on what you're willing to risk. I mean, if you've got 100 grand let's say for example 100 grand, okay, you probably don't want to put 100 grand into a small micro cap crypto coin. You don't really want to do that. You know what I mean? You probably want to put it in something like Solana. You're probably guaranteed to get a 10x, maybe more. Okay, and all you need is, I mean, if you have 100 grand, all you need is 10x to make it a million, right? So why would you want to risk that? So there is a need or a use case for these higher market cap coins. Don't get it twisted. Okay, it's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying forget the high caps. Okay, but it just all depends on where you're at in your portfolio. All right. If I've got a grand, I'm not looking to put it into something that's only going to 10x, because what's going to happen? I'm going to get 10,000, and 10,000 is good money, but it's not life changing. It's great money. It's great money. Don't get it twisted. 10,000 is great money. If I 10x my 1,000 turns to 10,000, that's great money, but it's not life changing. I'm looking for the 100x. I'm looking for the 1,000x. Okay, even the 50x. Right. Which is why I always shoot for the low new cycle cryptocurrencies. All right, so we're talking about layer one coins, and I want to look for a new layer one. All right, hope that's clear. Now let's get into PLS, Pulsechain. Okay, Pulsechain is just like, it's a gem of a coin. If you haven't heard about it, I don't know where you've been. Maybe you haven't been in crypto. Maybe you're new to crypto. But Pulsechain is an absolute gem, and the reason why is Pulsechain is basically ETH. Pulsechain is Ethereum. Okay, let me give you a quick history of what Pulsechain is. All right, so Pulsechain is a fork of Ethereum. Okay, it's not just a fork; it's a complete system state fork of Ethereum. So every single coin that you actually had on Ethereum, you also have it copied over on Pulsechain. Okay, if you had Chainlink, you have P Chainlink, which is Pulsechain Chainlink. All right, if you had whatever else other coin, you had the same coin on Pulsechain. It's a complete system state fork. What makes Pulsechain different than other layer ones is other layer ones have their own code. Like, developers came, they developed a new coin, new layer one, they developed their own code, and yeah. But this is different. This is an actual fork of Ethereum, which means it is Ethereum. Ethereum is the number one layer one blockchain. It is the number one tested, tried and true. People trust it. People use it. The vast majority of DeFi, the vast majority of NFTs, the vast majority of all of crypto is on the Ethereum network. Okay. Now you do have other competing layer ones trying to take some of that market share, but it's nothing compared to the market share that Ethereum has. Okay, tried and true, it's trusted. Now, Pulsechain is just a copy of that. It's a fork of that. It's the same code. All right, the same security. All right, which is important. All right, so that's why I believe it has a good narrative going for itself. Number one, it's in the layer one narrative. Number two, it's the same code as ETH, tried and true security. It's all there. But number three, it's cheaper than ETH. It's a lot cheaper than ETH. It's not the same as using ETH. I mean, using ETH is quite expensive, okay? Especially during the bull market, it gets quite expensive, okay? So that's a narrative. People are going to be like, okay, this is a cheaper version of ETH, literally the same code, but cheaper. Oh wow, that's a narrative in itself, a huge narrative, especially when the bull run comes around and everybody's seeing these prices, and a lot of people are priced out. If you haven't been, around during a bull market, a lot of people get priced out of ETH, and a lot of people start going to Binance Chain and the other chains that basically, you can actually buy things for very, very cheap. Okay, because you're gonna have to actually start paying, $100 transaction fees on ETH, and people can't do it. They just want to jump into a coin and they only want to put a few hundred on a coin, but they have to pay $100 transaction fee. So the problems that ETH has during the bull market. Okay, so Pulsechain fixes that. Pulsechain fixes that. Huge narrative. Huge narrative. Remember, I always tell you guys, these blockchains, these coins, they don't actually need adoption. They just need narrative. That's all they need. Narrative. And that's a huge narrative. Layer one, new layer one for this cycle. Same code as ETH, same security as ETH, and it's cheaper. Oh, that's amazing. I don't think you could ever. I mean, that's an amazing narrative right there. Okay. So remember, guys, we are in the bear market. We're still in the bear market, guys. I mean, I know the prices are going up. You're probably like, what? How are we still in the bear? Yeah, we're still in the bear. According to my analysis, I think that the bull starts after the halving. The halving is in April. We're before the halving, so I believe we're still in the bear. The reason why I say that is because whatever prices you see right now are going to be ridiculously cheaper than what you're going to see a year from now, a year and a half from now, in 2024, into 2025. The prices are going to be ridiculous. So whatever you like, whatever coin you're getting in right now, the prices are going to be, I mean, in my opinion, it's going to be astronomically more high later on. Okay, 2024, 2025. Okay, why am I mentioning that? Right now, the price of Pulsechain is actually below SAC price. Okay, you might not know what SAC is. Okay, so basically, about 2 years ago, during the last bull market, the founder of this coin, his name is Richard Hart. I'm going to go into him. I'm going to talk a little bit about him as well. Basically, people sacrificed for freedom of speech to get the coin, okay, to get Pulsechain. The SAC price was 0.001, I believe. I could be wrong. And right now we're sitting at 0.8 or 0.008, whatever. We're about 20% down. Forget those numbers. They could be wrong, but we're about 20% down for or below SAC price, which means that all the people that have Pulsechain are in the red. So if you're buying right now, you're actually buying at a 20% discount from where everybody else got in, right? So very important to know, you're still getting low prices right now. Okay. You might say, okay, if everybody's in the red, I don't want to have this coin because people might actually dump on my head. All right, people might actually dump the coin, like you were saying earlier. Here's the thing: you have to understand. You might not know, the same people that are in Pulsechain are the same community that are in Hex. Okay, if you don't know anything about Hex, Hex is founded by Richard Hart. Hex, the main principle around Hex is delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. Hex holders do not sell. That's something you have to know. Hex holders do not sell. These are the most diamond hand crypto community in all of crypto. Okay, these guys don't sell anything. All right, so you don't have to worry about, in my opinion, Pulsechain holders selling as soon as the price goes up a little bit. No, these guys are all about delayed gratification. They're gonna hold until the top of the bull market, and beyond. All right, these guys believe in Pulsechain. So you don't really have to worry about that, in my opinion. All right, these guys do not have paper hands. Right? These do not, paper hands meaning people who sell as soon as the price goes up a little bit. You know what I mean? And also, this is not a meme. When it comes to memes, most of the community will have paper hands, because as soon as the price goes up, they sell, because those coins don't actually do anything, right? But this is actually a layer one blockchain that is the same code as ETH, has the same security as ETH. It's cheaper than ETH. I mean, this is like a potential winner in the next bull market. Okay, the founder. All right, let's go into Richard Hart. Richard Hart is a very controversial character in crypto. You either hate him or you love him, and that's pretty much the best way to describe Richard Hart. You either hate him or you love him. So one of the OGs of the crypto game, was in crypto, was in Bitcoin way back in the beginning. Um, Quick rundown of his career in crypto. Basically, he was a Bitcoin maximalist at one point, and then he switched up and started his own coin, Hex, on Ethereum. Okay, and Hex did 10,000x. I'll repeat that. Hex did 10,000x. Okay, people who were in Hex in the beginning made millions. A disclaimer: I'm not in Hex. I never actually bought Hex. Um, I missed out on those delicious gains. And I was around. I was in crypto when it happened. I remember I let negative comments about him get in the way of me buying the coin. I could have definitely bought Hex at a very, very, very low price and made a lot of money. But I in the past, I used to let people get in my ear, and I used to let uh, negative comments on videos and on social media steer me in the wrong direction. But in actuality, I realized, and I preach this all the time on my channel, none of that matters. You just need a hot coin and a nice narrative, and you need to buy during the bear and sell during the bull. It's really simple to make money in crypto. Very simple. Okay. So yeah, he's a hater or love it type of character, but there is a disclaimer. Okay, even though he has a very good track record in crypto, he knows how to create tokenomics that go insane and do insane X's and gains. But there is a disclaimer. This is one of the coins that is actually being sued by the SEC, and this is a potential blocker or cause for this not to go crazy high. Okay, just letting it be known right now. Um, However, I don't think that it's going to be a huge issue. I don't think that being sued by the SEC holds the same weight as it did before. And that, for that reason, and the reason of that is basically the SEC has not been doing that great when it comes to the people they've been suing. They've been losing cases. I mean, you look at the Coinbase case; they lost that case quite decisively. The XRP case, they lost that even more decisively. They tried to appeal and lost the appeal as well, or they got denied their appeal or whatever. I'm not sure. I haven't been following that case too tough, but I mean, in both of these cases, the judges in these cases have been really, really, really stern, and with the SEC, and saying things like they're overreaching their boundaries with regards to their agency, and um, they're being capricious, and a lot of things that basically, to me, indicates that the SEC does not hold the same weight as they used to hold, and the fact that they've lost these cases actually provides more, I guess, ammo for future cases. So in the Richard Hart case, he could actually use precedents that were set in the previous cases. If you understand how the American court system works, basically, precedents are set in court, and future trials can use those precedents and to their advantage. And I think that they can use that. So I don't think the SEC suing you has the same weight or holds the same weight as it used to. I could be wrong. We'll actually have to see. I'll eat my words in the end if that's the case. But I do think that this coin could do 100x, which is why I have it in my portfolio. Anyway, guys, Pulsechain. It's ETH. It's secure. It's tried and true. It's cheaper. It's a layer one, and it's a new layer one. It has everything I need. It has everything I need to be a gem in my portfolio, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. It's Crypto Faceless. I'm out.